Yep. Hey, Adebusola, how you doing?
Hello, good evening.
How you doing? How are you? I didn't want what happened yesterday to happen to you. There was a young lady. What's her name again? I forgot. It started with a C or something. She tried to come up. She was on the backstage for a while because I was covering something, and then so I said, "Let me pull you up right away because I know you probably have something on your heart." What's up?
I'm fine. Like, is the discussion about men being surprised when women move,
Yeah.
especially when they feel like the woman is maybe a quiet one and all that. I don't know why they are surprised because I feel like the only difference between like romantic relationship and normal friendship is just the like most of the time the romantic relationship is like fundamentally, or maybe these days we cannot even say it's between like a man and a woman
Abby,
anymore.
in these days.
Yes. Okay, so like it's just like okay, what we say is the romantic relationship there. Maybe okay, there's intimacy or there's
Kiriwa.
emotions or that hair.
Yeah, sex.
Okay. But sometimes it might not be sexual, it might just be purely emotional.
Oh, for romantic, right?
Yes.
Well, that's not typical, right?
Uh
Is that how many people in a 100,000 population would you think will be in a romantic relationship and it doesn't involve sex?
like I feel like it's more common these days than you can imagine. People
Give me
don't
a
just say
number now. Give me a number.
like
100,000 people.
I don't have the stats. Like I must be honest, but
If you were to guess, but you're saying it's a lot of people. So, can you guess?
no, I said there are people. I'm not saying a
Oh,
lot.
okay.
Like I'm not putting a number to it. So like I
Okay.
have this short story that I just want to share. Like there was a time that I was in a relationship and I have been like when you've been mentioning something but in a nice way. Like that you don't like this and that.
You've been talking,
And
but it wasn't listening.
exactly. So and like I notice sometimes when the talk is not aggressive and when you don't say it in an aggressive manner or it's not a fight,
Right.
I think some men they don't take it seriously. Like I
We
don't know
don't.
why.
We don't.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you know what I had done? I had broken up in my mind. I had cried. I had mourned the relationship. I had done
Jesus.
everything. I'd moved on. I even planned how I will break up. And break up somebody that I have never cooked for before in my life. Uh, the person called all of a sudden. The person called me up out of the blue and said, "Okay, can you do this? Something that I don't do normally." I said, "I will." After making nice soup, stew, food, and everything, I just say in a nice way that I don't think I can do this anymore. I was done. I had cried. There was no more crying. Like I'd moved, and it's not because I found somebody else. I was just done.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? Do you know that this guy did not believe me? He was like,
Yeah,
really?
because done with what? Women never leave men.
So
Like,
like,
where are you
I was
going?
like, I was sad done. Like I just decided that okay, I chose
Yeah.
myself, and this was not something that I did when I was older. I was very young. I think I was
Yeah.
maybe like it's not something. But I'd always like, even though I was young at the time, I had always known what I wanted, and if something does not align with my values, I make decisions about it. I don't just let anything just drag me along. So
Yeah.
like it's when you were saying that they do, I actually agree that they do. Like when you tell them, they don't they don't
They don't
believe.
believe it.
And
Yeah, that's why it hurts. Like men going through breakup, women try to compare. You're like, you will never know, right? It doesn't mean you don't have your own experience going through breakup, but you can think about, consider frame of reference. There's a little bit of men are men anyway. Men don't say women are women anyway. When they find out that women can actually move on, it's a first for a lot of men. Like, they're like, no, that's not possible. My mom was with my father for 45 years. Where are you going? There's nothing out there for women. See, this is internal. This is subconscious, right? Right? And you just said that you were young. Again, it's subconscious for women and humans in general, to be honest with you. When there's void, right? When it becomes some type of hyperbolic hunger, right? Like your soul is not being fed. Survivor, right? You might just move. You take a move at any point in time, because pain, pleasure, relief will get people to move.
Yeah, I was just done because like at the time I was in college, and I felt like what's my primary aim in college is to study. I can't allow
Come and be
anybody
going.
to give me a headache. Come and be going. Let me face what I came here to do. And that was just the whole idea that I had. Nobody put it in my mind. Like,
Right.
it wasn't as if I was talking to somebody, because I'm a secretive person. I didn't tell any friend. I didn't tell any. I just made the decision and I was done. So when he was even trying to tell my friends to convince me, they didn't even know that.
Like, they were even surprised.
They were surprised. So
Do you know how many men go through that? Because they think like, oh, sometimes they will even blame the friends already. Like, it's the kind of friends you're. Right. And then when they talk to the friends, it's like, they're just confused.
So, like, and just because somebody moved on does not mean the person is not hurting. Like, I don't know why people don't realize that. The fact that you're the one who initiated the breakup does not mean that you are not pained over like whatever it is that you've done on the in the course of how stupid you felt. You know, like sometimes you say, why that dumb? Like, why did I take that? Like, a lot of self-reflection. I don't know why it's like that, but I feel like people should get more aware about those things and not be surprised about and accept. And I don't know why it's a big deal for people to accept that someone is done with you. Like, it's as painful as it might be.
It's like, one of the hardest things for human beings to do is letting go. Just human beings in general. Right? So you were on the dishing side, you were the one serving breakfast. So obviously you're disconnected from that, right? At least when you were serving the breakfast. But rejection is a tough thing, you know? And letting go after that is it's easier said than done, Sha.
Like, well, maybe I'm talking from my own perspective, because my first major heartbreak was not even a romantic heartbreak. It was friendship.
With you and a girlfriend?
Yes.
Oh, I know those. I've seen those type too. Women are dramatic. Oh, Benny.
You will not stand the feeling that that one everybody knew. All my family members, everybody was like, why are you so pained? I said,
if it was nowadays, they will say, what have you been doing?
Like, it's not because like I'm the only girl in my house, so I saw her as a sister.
Okay.
So when she showed me,
she showed you human being.
Yes. And you know the craziest thing, I think that friendship taught me a lot of things about life. It happened to earlier on in my life that I was thanking God that it happened, because I was so naive. I believe in right, wrong, no middle ground. Yes, no in between. Like, I don't like, I've never. So when that one, it's like it's very, very hard. So like, I can spot when somebody is being how will I put it?
When they're being two-faced. There's a potential betrayal going on. You can smell it.
Yes, I can smell it. And once I notice and I discover that this thing does not align with what I believe, in my mind, I'm done. I'm done with your ass. Like, whatever you are now saying, like, I just tune out. So like, I've received this, I accepted it, even though it pained me. And a lot of people start consoling me, but at least, and I kind of believe like sometimes things are put in our life just to help us and shape us. And
do you think that taught you, that made it easy for you to let go too? Just because you experienced that early on, do you think that made it easy for you to let go?
Yes, I think it changed my perspective about life. For instance,
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe that being in a relationship is a do or die affair.
Do or die. Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yes, if it doesn't work, it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't work. Like,
Yeah.
so what? Like I just accept that it happens and that is life. And when I say these things,
Mm-hmm.
like my friends feel like, are you crazy? Like it's just like something that I just accept things,
Mm.
and I just make plans in my mind on how I'm going to move on. Like I don't just start wait, even though it's painful. I'll tell them I'm pained,
Mm-hmm.
so they are shocked. Like I say, it's painful, but
Mm.
I've accepted it and I've moved on. Like I don't just stay there and start wallowing. So they will be like, "How do you do this?"
Yeah.
I was like, "You need to say my first
You've been through
heartbreak."
it.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
yes, I've been through it
Yeah.
before. So
That's
like,
experience
it's
again.
nothing.
Experience. Yeah.
So, but at that time too, that's when I realized that when that thing happened earlier on, that was when I realized that you don't have to experience something to learn.
You're right.
Like,
Right.
know
Well, you
how
but you did have to experience it to learn.
I don't think so.
You
I don't
had a
think so
breakup
because,
with a best friend.
well, like the reason why I'm saying this is because that was what that experience taught me. You know how you see two friends,
Mm-hmm.
their thoughts, and they never talk to each other again, and in your
Right.
mind, you're thinking that can't be me.
Right. You're like that can't be me. Killer. Like what is that? It's not. It's never that deep, right?
No, like I can't do that again because it can be me. That's what I'm saying now. You see,
Wait,
when I
wait.
see
So it can't happen to you again because you've been through it.
no, it's not that it can't happen. It can happen to me. That's the difference.
It can happen to you, but
Yes,
what?
but then I'll put myself in the position that if it happens to me, what will I do?
Right. So is
Like
it easier for you to let go if it does happen again?
exactly. You know how people are saying, okay, like this person did this, and that. You know how some people you say, I will never accept that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Me,
yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't say that anymore. Like
Yes,
I'll be like,
exactly.
if this thing happens to me, what will I do? That's the question I keep asking myself when I see other
Right.
people's
How would you
experience.
respond to that if it happens again?
Exactly. So I will have had like an idea of what I will do in a station, even though it might not be totally true. But I think it helps a lot.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
like you can imagine me planning a fight. In my mind, I'll be like, these are the things I wish. Outside that, I'm just going to sit in my femininity and cross my leg.
Yes,
And
sir.
after I've said what I said, if a like shouts to insanity, that's what I
Right.
want to
That's all
say.
part of letting go because I tell people all the time. I said because this is directly translated to when somebody come and ask you for divorce. Right. Somebody come and
Yes.
ask you that. Well, I have to move on. Or somebody says, well, I work for you, but I found a new job and somebody that you really like. It's happened to me multiple times, and every time it still hurts. But the way I handle it gets better because I
Mm-hmm.
have expectation now that the people that work for me, they don't work for me forever. They might just leave.
You won't.
Right.
And
So two
that's one
two
of the
weeks not
laws.
2 weeks notice is never enough, right?
So people
So
don't even give up to that. They just up and leave. And like
exactly.
it's like one of the rules of entrepreneur. Like somebody used to say that no worker is irreplaceable. Like don't believe that this
Now
person
everyone
is
is replaceable.
replaceable. Everybody is, and
Everyone
you
is a
always
disposable.
exactly, and you
Yeah.
always find someone that will do the job, even if that person doesn't do it again.
Yeah.
And you don't just apply that to like businesses alone. You can as well apply it to life.
Yeah.
Like if this person does not do this, I believe whatever you believe in, whether the universe or God or anybody, you
Yeah.
bring
Yeah.
somebody my way that we do it. So like I think that period of the friendship breakup actually helped me to
Yeah.
reflect.
It's a what it does is that for if you're lucky, because some people go to the extreme opposite end of it, right? What it's supposed to do, hopefully, is to help you build an abundance mindset. As in, like, if
Mm,
this one no go, maybe God is opening another door.
and it's not
You
like
know,
maybe it's the way universe
that's
is. Like
literally what
everything
it
is a
is.
cycle.
Right, right.
Like
Yep.
something else will happen. So I just feel like people should have that kind of mindset more.
Yep.
And if something does not save you, you don't have to stay there. Like I don't understand. You
Yep.
will see friend that keeps maltreating another friend, and in the name of um I don't even know what it is. People will just stay there and get maltreated constantly.
Yeah.
Get talk, like you have to just set boundaries for people in general, not even a relationship.
Yeah.
Otherwise, these things will keep happening to humans. So like I realized that the hard way. It was very painful. When I
Yeah.
was telling this person what was killing me in the friendship, it was in a lighter mood. And she bold faced told me I either take it or leave it. And I left it because I can't take it.
Because you
So
can take
like
it.
I
Yeah.
listened. And when people tell you, like for instance, maybe when you're earlier on in the relationship and the person and you are telling the person that you like the things you do makes me sad. And the person jokingly tells you that if the things I do makes you sad, go and look for somebody that will then you listen to them and go. I don't know why people still stay there and keep taking it. When somebody keeps telling you if you don't serve you, you can't leave. You know, like people, if you listen very well, people just tell you their intention.
Yeah.
Like you have to just listen and pay attention to what people say.
They tell you,
So,
in this respect, in this conversation, in this context, right now,
mm-hmm.
I said it in that conversation earlier. I said, well, women don't lie, men don't listen. Somebody's gonna hear that and say I'm saying women are perfect because they're just that lame. It's okay.
No,
Women are not perfect. What I'm trying to say with that is what you were just saying, which is people will tell you their truth with their actions. They might even say it in
with
words,
their mouth, yes.
but because you are so hell bent on a
The
certain
idea,
direction idea of a you
what
can't
that thing is.
you can't hear because you don't have an abundance mindset. You must hold on to this, or we call it 190s. Some people think that one person is for them. TB was talking about it the other day,
Yes,
where
soulmates.
soulmates, soul ties,
Mm-hmm.
all this stuff will tamper with your sense of abundance mindset.
It will.
There
It
are
will.
options. If
Mm-hmm.
somebody is not treating you some type of way, if the
Move
best position
on.
for negotiation is to be willing to leave and mean it, if you
And
can't
yes,
do
and that is
that,
your power. You
that's your
have to
power.
be able
They will
to
continue to take advantage
mean
of
it.
you. They will take you
Yeah.
for granted because and it's not necessarily that they see that they're, but they can't see because there's no pain attached to how they're treating you right now. If in fact there's pleasure, you are there, you're hanging out with them, so there's no indication that what they're doing is wrong, you know. And some people, you use your mouth to tell them, they can't hear it because they're not listening. You know how you're talking to somebody, they're not listening, right?
I just remember a story from
Yeah.
my days. Like there were these people they've been dating for like maybe 5 years. So the lady felt like the guy was stringing her along. So they were having a general conversation among friends and everybody was there.
Right.
And the lady was telling the the guy that he was with that by this time next year I should be married. And the guy was like, I'm not ready. And she told the guy, I'm
Okay.
not talking about you. Like whether you are ready or not, I won't.
Guess what just happened in that moment? And a moment later, he woke up. Kilo mean.
Yes. Do you know that they started fighting? Like it was like an out like picnic among friends. So that one was just talking, like she was so excited. She was like, "Ah, in my mind, like by this time next year, I should be married." The guy was saying, oh, I'm not ready. She said, who is talking about you? Like, I'm talking about myself.
Yeah.
Like whether you are ready or not,
Before you know
I
it,
will
you
be.
start digging through the phones.
Do you know that was when I knew there were people that are even worse than me, like in the way they think. This
That
one
was
was
cold. That
dark.
is cold.
It was
Okay.
cold. Like because
Anxiety.
everybody was there. She now told all of us that, do you know we've been together for 5 years? What are we doing here? He's not leading anywhere. So I think she just came
It's
up with
taking
that
its time.
idea.
It's taking its
Yes,
time.
and that one was still thinking he was shocked. Like he was
He was
crossed. He
surprised.
was young. Yes.
Yeah.
He was surprised that the lady could say such thing to them. After all the things
Yeah.
you said that, that one said yes. Oh yes, like I said that. So like
Yeah.
when you were saying that, I was just smiling like I could see one or two things of how people will do things.
Yep.
And people will not just listen, not just see the cue. Some people say they are deliberately maltreating their partner so that partner will leave.
It could
People
be.
are wicked.
But it's usually not the
Gosh.
case. Majority of the case is just being oblivious. It's especially in a marriage. You're there. You're saying the thing. They cannot hear you, but they can't
They're not listening.
they can't
They
relate
can't.
at
They
the way
can.
you can relate to whatever it is you're talking about. They're not listening, right? And that's what I mean by women don't. So when I'm preaching to men, particularly, I say women don't lie, men don't listen. It doesn't mean that there are no women that lie. What did you say is, what do you mean, right? Remember you asked me yesterday, what do you mean? What I mean is that she's telling you right now that you can call it cheating if you want. If you're not paying attention, right? You said you didn't have to get with somebody else. Some people, a void has to be replaced. You might do it in a healthy way.
Yes, the
You might be
function.
young enough, right, to do it in a healthy way. Some people are in a place where something else was what took that covering of their eyes, like, I can do better. The key word being better. Better doesn't mean you're bad. It means something else is better than you based off of this person's perspective. Yes, they could be wrong. Yes, they might suffer later on. It might be a wrong move. But they will leave you first before they find out. And your family may be broken first before they find out. Okay? Who is wrong? I don't know. You tell me. Whoever you think is wrong, I am with you. Okay? But that's
Well,
not.
you're right.
But that's not what we're talking about. She left you.
They- wow. Do you know another thing that is common these days compared to back in the days? Women, some women don't fight for custody anymore. They let you have the kid. Like, it's crazy.
They say, yeah,
They
yeah.
just want to leave.
They just
They
want to.
just
Anything else is
want to
better.
Yes. So if you're saying, hey, I will not let you see the kids. Well, they'll be like, you can have them.
You can have
Come
them.
visit.
There is that. There is the one that will fight you. There's everything in between.
Yes.
Right?
But no,
All
you
of
know
it
that,
exists.
like back in the days, most people say like, I will never leave my child. I don't know. Like, there's this mentality with like the women.
It's the
who are
social
like,
construct.
I
The
don't-
mother, the mothers, a mother would
Yes, the mothers,
generally,
the ones-
yeah, social construct. But they're learning. They're learning something new. On it. You have more and more people that are saying, you know what, I'm the man of the house. Okay, you have more and more people coming up with new, like you were saying earlier. More and more people are saying, you know what, my wife was just sending one to me earlier. Some group of people that get together in New York City. She said she gave up on sex about 3 years ago, and people ask her, what does she do? What she does is she just gather around with friends and they eat and eat and eat, and that's how she replaced sex. See, in my head, I can't comprehend that because I love sex, but they exist. Okay.
Wow.